said this show is dedicated to what happened here. So on Tuesday around 3 p.m. I was sat in our kitchen with my MD and a few other people and witnessed a pandemonium. It would later turn out that some 7 or so armed policemen led by a plainclothes officer had come to forcibly pick up one of our journalists, Abu Baidu. We spoke to them, found a way of going to the national security establishment because that's where they said we're coming from, and essentially went to see what they did by way of letting them have access to her phone, taking the information they said they wanted, and then we came back. But we want to now tell you the full story because that was actually probably an hour and a half since the events that will now later be known as the CTFM raid actually began. So Caleb Kudah is a journalist who was caught in the middle of this initially. I've asked him to join me to talk about what happened to him. Later on, Zoe will tell us herself as well, what she went through while she was there, and then we'll let you what else we know about this story. Caleb, good to have you.
Thank you, brother.
So, I don't even know whether to ask you how are you. How are you doing?
No, look, when I do this, I feel pain in my back. My side hurts, and anytime I receive calls from people, the whole episode plays back in my head.
So you don't feel well?
Not at all.
Have you gone to the hospital?
Yes, I've HR directed me, so the company got me to hospital and they've examined me.
So you've gone to do a medical checkup?
Yeah.
But which part of your body do you have pain?
So I feel pains in my back and then my side.
Is it your rib or?
Yes, my rib, just down here. Mm-hmm. People look close and they say they see some marks here.
Bruises?
Because I was slapped from the back.
So you have bruises on your neck?
Yes, I do.
So let's fast forward.
Yeah.
What happened yesterday? What happened? Where were you and what happened?
Great. So before what happened yesterday, earlier I was sent to the National Security to have an interview. This was like 2 years ago. And on my way out, I saw some cars parked there, white Chevy cars, and it had weeds growing all over them. I got to understand they were the Maslog vehicles that were caught up in some controversy. So I shared that, and I was like, these are...
You shared them?
Yeah, I shared the picture on social media.
When was this?
This was, the first time was pre-COVID, long before COVID.
Okay.
So when the Fix the Country Now conversation started, I went to look for it and I shared it again. I was like, this is what is getting people angry, and they're saying that you should fix the country because there are a lot of young people out there who are unemployed and all that. Well, there was a backlash, there was a pushback. I was told that I was wrong and that those cars had since been allocated to various people and they were no longer there. What I did, I deleted the post, I apologized, I put up a new post and said that, okay, I'm happy to hear that the cars have been disbursed. If you are anyone who has benefited from these, please let me know. Indeed, someone came to comment that, oh, he benefited. I went into his inbox, we had a chat. Much later, I gathered that the cars could still be there. But
the cars you photographed in 2019,
for which I was told that I had done a bad job saying they are there when they're no longer there.
So you went, you heard the cars were still there?
The cars were still there. But then I wasn't very keen on pushing because I heard that some time back. So on Tuesday, I was in town running some errands and I was close by. And I was like, okay, let me just pass through and see if those cars are still there.
The white Chevys,
if
they are still there.
My focus was
on the white Chevys. Okay.
So I got in there. I saw a security man.
Where is this?
So behind the Babaya Sports Stadium and then conference center, in between that space is the Blue Gate, where they call Blue Gate. That's the national security. The first time I went there, I didn't know the national security ministry was there. It was just the big one close to the conference center that I knew of. And because I had been there before, I could figure. You
knew the area?
In my mind, I knew the area. But when I got there, it was a very open space. And I said hello to the security. He was like, what are you looking for? I said, oh, I have an appointment. Much later, when the guy was roped in, he said, I told him I was looking for an abana. I think that was to get him out of trouble. And I didn't push back. Okay, so I got in there. Because I knew where the cars were, I went straight. And
so just describe the place.
Yeah.
You entered through the stadium side.
Yeah.
There are 2 big buildings in front of you.
Yeah.
Then there's a lot of
huge
cars.
space here.
But those are normal cars of other people.
Normal cars.
So these cars you're talking about, where are they?
So if you're getting closer to they call it ESS or EES, which is close to the conference center, the cars are just close to the entry to that huge building. It looks like very palatial. So that's where the cars were. So I took some photos and I was on my way.
These are the white cars?
These are the white cars.
The Chevy cars you took pictures of previously?
The Chevy cars I took pictures
to confirm whether the claim that they had been disbursed was true or not. So you needed evidence of the cars still being there.
Precisely. I just asked,
how long did you spend taking those photos?
It was like not too long because I needed to be swift and get out. And let me tell you what I saw. When I saw the cars, I realized that it was a fleet, but this time it was not as many as I first saw. They were fewer.
So suggesting that maybe some of the cars had been moved.
But still, you had weeds on it.
Some of them.
Just the same style as I saw it. Just that the earlier one, it was greener. So, okay. And I saw that the seats in the car had rubber on it. And
so it means that they are new and used cars.
And used cars. And you could tell the color of the car. A cracky.
That's a crack. So you walked to where the cars were parked.
Yes.
And then you took photos.
Yeah, so you could be taking while you're walking. Okay. So it's not like you stand there for everybody to see you are filming.
So you just took that?
You just took those. And then I was on my way out. Now here
the same entrance you came from the stadium side?
The same entrance.
So you didn't go, did you walk to the ministry or the building?
Not at all.
Did you cross the car park?
I had no business.
So you went towards the shed side?
I went towards the shed side, and that's where you see the black cars, some V8s and all. So I saw some V8s there, and they were all dusty, and I was like, "Ee."
So on your way out after taking the white Chevy
pictures? On my way
pictures,
out after taking the white Chevy, and I saw black V8s covered in dirt, and the tires were looking, V8 and Futuro, V8 and Futuro. So I did a quick video, and I was just on my way out, because I was just really close to the gates out of the place. And then
so sorry, on your way out of the place, you did a quick video.
Yes.
Of the other cars,
the V8s,
not the white cars.
Not the white cars. But my real.
So were you walking whilst you were doing the video, or you were just standing?
Yeah, I was moving.
You were moving.
I was moving.
But were you? I just want to know how you were holding the camera, just to swear that was it a conspicuous thing? Were you saying, "Here are the cars"?
No.
So you were holding the phone.
So you can hold it close to your
chest.
chest.
Show me how you did it.
So go like okay. So you can hold the phone close to your chest while you're going.
So you were narrating.
Precisely.
So you didn't film your face. You were filming the cars on your way out.
Precisely.
These are the cars parked
under the shed.
Under the shed.
Right by the wall.
Okay.
So I was just about making my way out of the gate. And then there was this man in a car in there who saw me and said, "Hey, where are you going?" And then I said, I became jittery. I said, I came to see someone, but the person's not there. He said, "Who was that?" Basically, he had seen me. So he was like, "Why were you taking the videos?" And then I said, "I'm sorry." I tried to explain to him why I came. He wouldn't listen. He raised the alarm and said, "Arrest him." So he effected that call. And by
Do you
this
know
time,
around what time is this? Is it 2:33?
So this should be. In fact, I lost
sense of time.
True.
But this was on your way after you had done your.
Precisely.
Do you know how long you spent in there before you were coming out?
Oh, I didn't do more than 20 minutes. It was really because I've done something.
So it was a short time.
It was a really short time.
So he raises an alarm, and then what happens?
And then they come at me, and immediately I panicked. So I decided to share some of the photos I had taken, particularly of the white cars, which was my focus, with
Zoe,
my very good friend.
So whilst they were coming for you, you did that?
Yes.
Okay.
Just so that, and in my thinking, they were going to forcibly take the phone and delete it and caution me and say, "Walk out of here," or something like that. So I sent the videos to Zoe. But it turned out they were more, they were bent on showing me, they were bent on dealing with me, because then they took me to a small post when you enter on the left. There's a mango tree there. There are a number of police officers there. So by this time, a plainclothes gentleman had come and was like, "Yeah, these are the people who are causing blah 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 blah."
No, don't say blah blah blah.
Yeah, they said they are causing problem for us already. There is tension in the system, and they are trying to kind of so.
Just take your time. So the gentleman who raised the alarm had seen you recording some video near the cars that you were on the way out.
Yeah.
He raises an alarm, and what did they accuse you of when they initially raised the alarm?
First they were like, how did I get in there? Forced entry or something like that. So then they take me to the police post where we met DSP Azugu. By this time, the gentleman in plain clothes had gone ahead of us to tell everybody that I had come there, I had breached the protocols, and I was trying to cause them some chaos and trouble. So all the police officers there became very agitated and aggressive towards me.
So the way he reported what you were doing got them angry?
Yes, infuriated. And so they took me to a smaller office. I showed them my ID card to tell them that, look, I'm from City. I agree. I shouldn't have taken them. Let's delete it and please let me go. But they wouldn't. They took me to see Azugu. I showed him my ID card. He said, where are you from? I said, City. Who do you know? I said, Richard Mensah. Then he called Richard. I didn't even give Richard's number. He called OJ. And so by the time he spoke to OJ, in my mind, then it was going to be sorted. By this time, they had taken my phone and they were looking through my chats. And they found out that I had sent photos to Zoe. That is when the gentleman started chatting Zoe as though I was the one talking to him. So around this time, they said, take a statement. They pushed me. I sat on a chair. They slapped me from the back. And they were...
Which of the people are you talking about?
The police officers. These are men in uniform. Some were bearded. They had guns.
Did you see any names?
Masks. Unfortunately, no. But I heard names like Osei and Owusu. Those are the names that I heard. So then...
And this is still in the small office?
This is still in the small office, very close
Azugu's office, near the mango tree?
Yes. So I saw a very elderly policeman. He looks like the traditional policeman you see, because these were younger, with beard, more brazen. I was trying to appeal to them that I've worked with police before. I've heard, just please sort the people out of them. By this time they had beaten him like, oh, but they was just still slapping me from the back. You'll be talking to another one, then someone will just come and slap you from the back, and you feel dizzy at once. And it's like, it was so fast.
In that same space?
That same space.
At this point, had they handcuffed you? At
this point, they had handcuffed me, and every now and again, one will come and press it harder so that I feel the head. I was so thirsty. One guy came in, he was like, oh, Caleb, then he got me water. Even drinking the water was difficult.
Because of the way the handcuff was. Did you speak to Azugu?
Yeah, after he spoke to OJ, he didn't deal with me much. He was very angry because the guy had really, really worked him up, and he was so sure that I was just there to cause mayhem for them.
Do you know what the gentleman told them? Did you tell them you were reporting, or you were broadcasting, or just filming?
He told them that I had come there to film the national security installation and some other things, which, in all sincerity, I didn't do.
It was the cars that you had come to take.
So if you are taking the pictures secretly, you are not watching. It's later when you finish that you pay attention to it. So if mistakenly I'm taking any of the national security buildings, that was not even my job. And I tried to explain to them, but still they wouldn't listen. Then along the line, they called somebody captain or something. He came in some green jacket, pink shirt. He looked very civil and nice. So I tried to talk to him that, boss, please help me. By this time, they had taken me out. We were under a mango tree. They had taken me out. We were under a mango tree. When I saw it, I tried to, immediately he said I should kneel down. And then he kicked me. So I'm told.
This person is not in military uniform.
He's not in police uniform. He looks very dapper.
He's wearing green.
Yes.
Do you know his name?
Pink shirt. What could his name be? Yes, Ajiman.
They called him Ajiman.
And
so when he came, you were trying to appeal to him.
I was trying to appeal to him. I said, they have beaten me enough. Like, I beg you, like, just let me go. At least they have deleted the thing. Because he asked me to kneel down, and I'm told he's there. He kicked me. You can imagine where his feet landed.
He kicked you in the groin.
Yes.
At this point, did you fall? You already knelt?
I was already kneeling, so I was dusty and all. So at the time he gave them instruction, when we're going back to where Azugu was, the boy said, Captain Kasasi Amburu and Newu.
That's what they told you?
That's what he told me.
So then he leaves you there. What did he tell you after he slapped you?
He was very angry. So he was like, you're trying to cause, I can't quote him verbatim because too much was running through my mind. But by this time, they were upbeat on coming to the office to fetch Zoe.
You knew that they were going to do that?
Yeah, they were saying that. And so I think in their chats with Zoe, they had asked her where she was, and she said Studio Annex. And they asked me, where is Studio Annex? And I said, it's in our office.
So, which means that Zoe was chatting thinking she was talking to you?
Exactly.
Because she didn't know that you had been
Precisely
arrested.